Well, where do I start with this one? I'm not quite sure how much more trauma I could honestly take. Because this is just like every year. I feel like something wild happens. I don't like why me. Like, why? Well, anyway, by the title, you can see that I went through it. I really went through it last week. So I'm going to tell you the entire story. So I have hinted little bits of that across my Instagram, so go follow me over there for like up to date things. Get to see everything that I go through in lifetime. Lifetime. So I wanted to go to the Wicked premiere as Wicked is coming out, as you all know. It's literally everywhere. If you don't know, I am a huge Ariana Grande fan. I could go into a lot of detail, but that could honestly be an entire separate video to this one. All you need to know is she means a lot to me. Her entire being and her music means so much to me. Again, an entire separate video. I could do on that if you wish. So obviously, I knew she's going to London. I had to go support my girl. So I entered a ballot with my friend, who we both ended up being chosen to go to the premiere and like stand on the side and wait for the cast to basically walk the red carpet. Or in this case, it was a green carpet. In the train down to London with my best friend and my carer. We're having a good time, everything's going really well. I then get to the venue and it's just me and my best friend at this point because I could only take like one person with me. So I go to the event with my best friend, we meet up with my other friend Eliza, and we have so much fun. We are meeting the cast, we meet Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Michelle, we meet the director, John Chu, we are having the best time. There's so many other people there, it's like, you know, emotions are good, emotions are high, like this is so exciting. As you probably know, I live in the UK, so the weather isn't the best. It rains a lot, and it's November, so it's cold a lot. So we're all wrapped up, trying to keep warm. And then here we go, the moment that I've been waiting for, right? The moment that I've been waiting for. Miss Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo exit their taxi, their cab, their car, whatever it is. And this is my moment, guys. This is my moment on my phone. I have a note that I've written for Ariana, just in case I get enough time with her to like let her read my little note on my phone. I got my best friend filming it just in case. Everybody in our little area knows that I am dying to see Ariana. Just to have some sort of interaction with her would honestly make my life. If you didn't know, I'm a little bit of a fangirl. I both walk the carpet and everyone's like, Ariana, Cynthia. And unfortunately, they didn't stop for us. I was heartbroken, as you can imagine. I didn't actually realise how heartbroken I was until I got like this really intense chest pain, which I call heartbreak. And then I feel little tears in my eyes, and I'm like, Shelby Lynch, don't you dare cry at this premiere. That is embarrassing, everyone's gonna laugh at you. And then my best friend, Amy, she gives me a hug. And that's it, tears. And I'm just like, keep it together, like, please keep it together. Like, it's okay, like, you know, you'll get another chance, this is everything that I'm trying to tell myself in my little head. Trying to get back into it, trying to have a good time. And I'm with my friends, like, Shelby, get a grip. Anyway, the premiere ends, we've got to get back to the train station in an hour. London scares me a lot, like it's a very big city and I map everything to the letter T, so I know we've got just enough time to get to the train station. We back up with my carer, jumped in a taxi and we're looking at all the videos, looking at all the pictures to try to cheer me up. And then the next thing my ventilator just starts to not push air properly, like, into my lungs. And I'm like, let me, like, not panic straight away, like, maybe the tube's disconnected, because that happens. Sometimes the tube will just fall off. But I'm like, no, I can't hear any air leaking or escaping. It just sounds like it's not pushing air through. So I'm telling my friend, my parent, like, stop showing me things, like, something's not right. We look at the ventilator and it's got like a system error alert, and I'm like, oh my god, like, in a minute I'm going to really struggle to breathe. It's like, in this situation, we always have like a backup, what's the word? A backup plan. So I have an ambu bag. I'll put a picture on the screen here so you know what it is. It's basically a mask that goes over my nose and my mouth. So my friend or my carer, whoever's with me, can manually pump air into my lungs so I can still breathe. I think I forgot to mention that luckily my best friend is a nurse, so she sort of jumped into action straight away. She got my ambu bag and started pumping it. At this point, I'm like, what is going on? So I start panicking, I'm crying. She's like, Shelby, don't cry, don't panic. You're going to make it harder for yourself to breathe. I know what I'm doing, I do this all the time. And I'm just like nodding my head. And then my friend's like basically pumping me to keep me from not being able to breathe. And when I realise this, I start crying again. Because I'm like, oh my god, my best friend is literally saving my life right now. Which is like not anything that I thought we'd ever have to go through together like this. This is really intense. My carer's checking the ventilator, trying to get it to work, nothing's working. So we're in the taxi still. I'm just going to get to the train station because my friend is bagging me. But I'm still able to breathe. So I'm like, okay, let's not panic. Come, we just get on the train, get back to Leeds, even though it's like a 2.5 hour train back to Leeds. And my dad will be at the train station with me on the ventilator. It'll all be fine and dandy. We get to King's Cross station. We've got people helping us because obviously you can see that I'm not quite right. My friend's like, do you want to go to the hospital? And I'm thinking, I do not want to go to the hospital in London. This isn't my hospital, this isn't my doctors. Nobody knows me. I don't have my family here to help me advocate for myself if anything happens. I don't want to be this far away from home, it's dark. I just want to go home. So we got on the train, gonna meet up with the train manager. Guys, the train manager, Jake, if anybody can find Jake, oh my gosh, Jake was an absolute gem. He was obviously very concerned about my safety, comfort, well-being. He was an absolute angel. He was like, are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? Like, we could drop you off at the next stop. And I'm honestly just like, trying to breathe and trying to talk. And I'm like, I just want to go home. And basically, everyone around me just didn't think it's a good idea. So we end up calling my dad, and my dad is like, Shelves, I really think you should get off at the next stop, go to the hospital, and we'll just get a check-up to see, like, if they could give you, because the ventilator, just something. Because if the train stops for whatever reason, because the train stops working for whatever reason, then you're going to be on the train for a lot longer. Then the girls are going to get tired. They're not going to be able to bag you constantly for more than 2.5 hours. Like, it's already at this point been like 45 minutes, I would say. Nick, the train manager, he's like, I really just want you to be comfortable, like, we'll drop you off to Peterborough and just like make sure you get like looked after. So I'm like, okay, fair enough, I guess I'll go. Again, if it was up to me, if it was my choice, I would have gone home. So we stopped at Peterborough. The ambulance people got on the train to then put me in the ambulance. However, they've got to lift me out of my wheelchair onto like a gurney. That was loud. they've got to lift me from my wheelchair onto some sort of like gurney, the ambulance like bed. And again, these aren't my usual people that are around me, so I'm really not able to communicate with them properly because again, I'm just trying to concentrate on breathing. I cannot support my own body weight, so when they lift me, they sort of like drop my head and then my arm falls out, so my head sort of twists backwards and then my arm drops out and then my arm sort of twists between the wheelchair and the bed, and it does hurt, but I've got bigger things going on, so I sort of just ignore it. And again, my friend is dragging me off the train, onto the ambulance bed, from the ambulance bed, go through the train station, back to the ambulance, and again I start crying because I'm in a strange place, I'm scared, I just want to go home, it's been a long day, and then we eventually get from the ambulance to the hospital, get taken straight to resus, which is very interesting because I wasn't actually passed out, so I wasn't being resuscitated, I was just being bagged, but anyway, in the hospital, they don't know me. They're just trying to get me seen as quick as possible. We get to this hospital and there's a really nice doctor there. I'm not going to lie, he was actually really lovely. He was listening to all of my concerns and listening to things that they can and can't do. So a lot of people that have my condition are similar to my condition. It's very hard to get blood from our veins. So usually you've got to use an ultrasound machine to get those veins. So me and my best friend are telling him that. And he's like, okay, we'll do a chest x-ray just to check that you're fine. Which I knew that I was because I didn't have an infection. I just needed ventilation. But he's like, we won't have to do a blood test if you can do an x-ray. So I did the x-ray. That came back fine, obviously. And then they found me in the ventilator. However, this ventilator is very different from the ventilator that I use, because it basically requires a mask to go all around my nose and my mouth, and that's held on by like straps, just like this one is, but it's a full face mask. At this point, I'm like, I can't wear that. Like, I'm not wearing that because if I have this all around my mouth, I won't be able to talk. So if I can't talk, if I need anything, you won't understand me. Again, I'm in a strange place. These aren't my doctors. This isn't my hospital. These people don't know anything about me. They don't know my condition. They don't know anything. So I need to advocate for myself because I know my condition and what I can and can't do better than anyone else in this situation. So I'm basically asking them, I need a lippy or a ventilator like mine. So they're running around trying to find one for probably like half an hour, 40 minutes, because that would be compatible with this mask that I've got on right now. Luckily they find one that someone has left that day. I honestly got so lucky. So they managed to connect this mask to the new ventilator. And change the settings so it fits like my breathing settings. And once that's on, we can all relax a little bit. However, this ventilator that I'm on only runs on the mains. It doesn't run on battery like mine does. So I basically can't go anywhere. I still can't like get on the train and go home because I need to be plugged into the mains with this ventilator. We try and ask if you could get an ambulance home, but it's snowing and it's late at this point. I think it's going on for like midnight maybe. We can't get an ambulance. Nobody can take us from Peterborough back to Leeds. We've got to stay there for overnight, which is something that I really wanted to avoid because again, not my hospital, not my doctors. Very, very scary. After I've settled and I've calmed down a little bit, my breathing is still really shaky from all the panicking. I've also not really eaten properly because I figured once I'm home, I could have a good meal. but I was in the hospital, so there's not a lot of good food that I could really eat. So at this point, I called my girlfriend. We've been texting her, keeping her up to date with what's going on. So I ring her, and she's obviously very worried about me. And I basically talked to her for the next couple of hours. I then realised that my hand really, really hurts. So my carer checks it and it's swollen. So I'm like, great, more things to add to this traumatic day. Get a hand x-ray. I think my results must have come back when I was like asleep because my best friend said, yeah, the doctor came back. He said that your hand isn't broken. And I was like, okay, so is it fractured, sprained? I got no idea. They just said it's not broken. So I'm like, okay, I guess. So even up to last night, again, I'll put a picture here. My hand is like quite bruised and it still hurts like quite a lot. But apparently if it's like this yellow colour, that means that it's healing. So I guess that's good, but it still hurts. So as I'm falling asleep on the phone, my girlfriend's still with me. I then get one of the nurses coming into the room and he's like, right, we need to transfer you up to a ward. And I'm like, oh, I just got comfortable. I don't want to go anywhere. Because I know that if I've got to go up to a ward, I've got to get bagged again manually. Because again, the ventilator only works plugged in, it doesn't work on a battery. Like my own ventilator does. So I get backed up to the ward. I'm trying not to panic because again, strange place, not my doctor's. And then I get up onto the ward. At this point I think it's like 2:30 in the morning. And we get up there. The nurses in this hospital are very different to the ones that I'm used to. I'm always used to people talking to me and asking me questions because it's about me and my care and what I need. But these nurses were tending to talk and ask questions to my carer and my friends. Because like they only know so much. Like my family's usually there in these scary situations or I'm able to talk. And in this situation I was able to talk again because I was on the ventilator. So I was like, hi, like you can talk to me, you can ask me questions. I think that was like the only real issue we had that night. Just like people not asking me things, questions about my care. So we get told by the nurse that, oh, we're going to arrange for you to get an ambulance back home tomorrow. You can take our ventilator, plug it into the ambulance, get dropped off at home, get put onto your ventilator, then the ambulance will bring our ventilator back to us. So me and my friend, my carer, are like, amazing, sounds good. So we must have got like 4 hours sleep, a very broken 4 hours sleep. 7:15 in the morning, I could hear somebody come into the room and they're telling my carer that they can't get an ambulance to Leeds because it's too far away. And I was like in and out of sleep and I was a little bit delirious. She walks out the room and then another nurse comes in and she's asking us questions. And then my carer goes, the other nurse said that we can't get an ambulance home, so we're not quite sure how to get back because Shelby's got to stay on this ventilator because it only works plugged into the walls. And the nurse is like, oh sorry, I don't know what to do, like that was the nurse in charge, like it's her say. My best friend, by the way, she slept on the floor, got pillows and blankets on the floor. She resurrects and turns into her nurse mode. And she's like, this isn't good enough, we got told we're going to get an ambulance home, what are we supposed to do? Shelby needs to go home, this ventilator isn't hers, because none of us are comfortable, why are you telling us different things to what we got told yesterday? So the other nurse is like, oh I'm really sorry, and my best friend goes, we're going to talk to the nurse in charge again. So about an hour and a half goes by, and my wheelchair is still at the train station. So my carer goes back to the train station to get my wheelchair and then comes back to the hospital with it in a taxi. While she's doing this, my best friend is talking to the nurse in charge, and she's basically saying, listen, we need to go home. You need to find a way. The nurse in charge, honestly, couldn't give a shit. In the most polite way possible, she really couldn't care about how we got home, which was a little bit disappointing because, you know, we've been here all night, this wasn't what we planned. You told us something different to what we got told yesterday, and you're not helping us come up with a solution. So she goes and finds like another lady that sorts out hospital transport. She was actually very good. She was trying to see if an ambulance or Leeds could come to get us. At this point, she basically comes to us and says it could take up to 3 days for us to go home. At this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh. My best friend is in the corner. She starts crying, and I'm like, okay, like, let me talk to my dad again. Because it was also a family emergency back in Leeds, so my dad was dealing with that, but also dealing with me. There was like a lot going on at once. I basically text my dad, tell him what's going on, and then he basically is like, okay, everything up here is sort of settled down. I'm going to come and get you. So I'm like, thank God, because I can't stay here for 3 days. Like, I need my ventilator. So my dad goes to my house, collects my spare ventilator, drives like 2.5 hours to Peterborough to come get us with my ventilator, and then swaps me over because everything is Gucci. I can breathe properly again. I'm back on my ventilator. The settings are perfect. I'm just a very, very, very tired gal that wants to go home because having the most traumatic, I would say, 24 hours to get home, to get all settled and to get a nice warm bath and just try and decompress. So yeah, that was my time in London. I feel like when I started crying from that Ariana Grande at the universe, was like, we'll give you something to cry about, we will. We will give you something deadly to cry about. Which I'm like, okay, sure, fine. I'm a little bit traumatised from travelling really far now. But I'll get over it at some point. I've got a lot of exciting things that I plan to do. So I can't just stay at home and be scared like the people expect me to be. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I know this was quite a long one with a lot of information. Get any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them. And I hope you all have a good night. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more videos. And I love you all so much. Bye!